This is Tin Caps Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
No place we'd rather be than Parkview Field on this Friday night. Game 4 of a 6-game series between your Fort Wayne Tin Caps and the Dayton Dragons here in the first base dugout. Andy Occam joined by our pregame guest, Carson Montgomery. Carson, career high in strikeouts for you yesterday in that win over the Dragons. What was feeling right for you on the hill?
Yeah, slider was really on last night. I threw that majority of my pitches, and yeah, I had a good feel for it. Fastball wasn't really in the zone as much as it typically has been, so I kind of resulted to throwing the slider more. Change up later in the game a little bit was working well, but yeah, main thing was throwing the slider in the zone and expanding it off of that.
4 straight starts with 5 innings in the books for you. You had 5 shutout in your last 3 entering last night. You gave up a run still in that ball game. Looking at these last 4 starts, the last month, talk me through what's that been like for you as you're continuing to progress throughout this season, still coming off that Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, it's been good. Obviously, the pitch count's been limited. It's kind of stayed around that 75 pitch mark for the last few weeks, and part of that is definitely coming off of Tommy John rehab. Haven't really thrown more than 15 innings really in the last 3 years since college. So just trying to monitor that closely and, not try to push things too quickly. But yeah, it's been good. Arm's been feeling good. I feel like it's been feeling better, bouncing back quicker every week. So it's a good sign. And yeah, just looking to continue trending up.
It was a potent Dayton lineup that we've seen here throughout the week, and especially looking at the 1-2 spots in the order, Carlos Sanchez and Alfredo Duno, those guys scored 9 runs on Wednesday, the night before your start. What was the mentality, you and Lamar King working together, obviously the entire 1 through 9, but especially attacking the first 2 spots in that order?
Yeah, it's huge to get those first 2 guys out. They're both really good hitters. Tough couple guys to start the game off with, but I thought Sanchez was really seeing the fastball well last night, so we went heavy off speed with him. And Duno, obviously, I trying to get in on his hands with the fastball and expand the slider off of that. And yeah, it was huge to get them out the first inning back to back, and then I think Sanchez reached on maybe walked him later in the game, but yeah, both really good hitters, and yeah, we definitely respected them a lot.
Yeah, talk about Alfredo Duno, a guy that you played in the Arizona Fall League with this past year, and same thing for your catcher and Lamar King. In terms of the AFL, what was your experience like down there, and what does it mean to be able to face a guy like Duno, a guy that you were teammates with down there here in the Midwest League?
Yeah, it's really fun because you kind of make friends throughout the whole league, and everywhere you go, you kind of got an ex-teammate. So it was really fun. We had a lot of fun in the fall league. It's pretty laid back. Everyone enjoys it for the most part. And yeah, it's cool to see guys continue to grow off after the fall league and see where their careers go. And obviously Duno's got a bright future, so it was cool to cross paths with him a little bit in the fall league.
Looking at your start yesterday, giving up a run in the first, 4 shutout the rest of the way, What was that bearing down mentality for you after that first frame to get you locked back in and settled in?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a couple cheap hits, or at least one. Couple barrels though for sure, but yeah, those were I left a couple fastballs over the middle of the plate. They really didn't hit my slider hard the whole game. So once we kind of got through that first inning, that's when we just kind of started going slider heavy, just to keep them off the fastball. And yeah, once they had to respect my slider, I think the first inning they were just looking for heaters. Once they had to respect my slider, then it's kind of opens up the door for me to throw other pitches in other spots.
What about your slider makes it such an X factor in your arsenal?
I just think that I keep the same intent well with my slider, and I do a good job of making it look like a fastball. Basically, I keep the same arm speed and throw it as pretty much as hard as I can. So I try to make it look like I'm throwing a hard fastball, and then it just kind of breaks late. It stays on the same plan, tunnels well. So I think that's what makes it good. I can't tell you 100% for sure. I'm not an analytics guy, but I think in my head that's what makes it good.
Looking at your mentality and talking to coaches, multiple coaches on this team, and some of your teammates as well, they've described you as a bulldog. How much pride do you take in having that type of work ethic and knowing that those around you view you in that way?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge to know that, I got the team's respect and they trust me with the ball. It gives me a lot more confidence on the mound. And yeah, at the end of the day, we're trying to win ball games. So it feels good to go out there and give my team a chance to win. And I look to continue doing that for the up and coming Thursdays in the near future.
The back end of the ball game last night, what can you say about the back end of the stable and their ability to just go in and pitch in high leverage situations and win you guys ball games night in and night out?
Yeah, it's been huge. Our bullpen's been great in close ball games. When we really need to show up, it seems like we do. So yeah, they did a great job last night. Tucker really came in and did a great job. He's obviously got disgusting stuff, and so does Clay, throwing from that arm slot. So yeah, it's huge. I really feel good if we got a lead going into the late innings with those guys getting hot in the pen.
With Carson Montgomery prior to first pitch here tonight. One last question for you. It's Friday night. That means it's Cash Mayfield night here at Parkview Field.
Absolutely.
You excited to watch him throw? What are you expecting?
Yeah, I'm expecting like 15 punchies, probably 6-inning shutty. I mean, typical Cash Mayfield stuff, What else can you expect?
Carson, appreciate your time, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Lineup's first pitch coming up next here on the Tin Caps Radio Network.
Podcasts by Federated Media.